Do you have any plans to call President Lai of Taiwan before you make a decision on the weapons package?
I'll speak to him. I speak to everybody. We have that situation very well in hand.
As Trump casually hints he'll speak to Taiwan's president before deciding on weapons, is he poking straight at one of Beijing's clearest red lines, just days after trying to reset ties with Xi? After a heavily choreographed reset summit with Xi in Beijing, is Washington now immediately flirting with Taipei again, testing how far this new calm with China can really stretch? Could a single phone call between Trump and Lai Ching-te be enough to blow up the fragile Xi-Trump detente, dragging U.S. China relations back into turbulence over the island? And with a $14 billion Taiwan arms deal hanging in the balance, is Trump using that package as leverage to test just how much pressure Beijing will tolerate before it snaps? Trump's public hint that he might call Taiwan's President Lai now puts immediate pressure on Beijing's long-stated red line, barely a week after his supposed reset summit with Xi. On May 21st, China reiterated that it firmly opposes any form of official U.S. contact with Taiwan's leadership, repeating a position that underpins its entire approach to the island. China's foreign ministry urged Washington to implement what it called the heads of state consensus reached in Beijing, implying that a Trump-Lai call would violate understandings from the summit. Officials called on the United States to handle the Taiwan issue with prudence and to show that caution through concrete actions, not just reassuring words. Beijing warned that any direct Trump-Lai conversation would cross a red line and could undo the limited progress made in de-escalating tensions at the recent leaders' meeting.
China firmly opposes the United States engaging in official exchanges with the Taiwan region of China and resolutely opposes U.S. arms sales to Taiwan. This position has always been consistent, clear, and unwavering. China urges the United States to honor the important consensus reached at the summit between the leaders of China and the United States, fulfill the commitments and undertakings it has made, handle the Taiwan issue with the utmost prudence, stop sending wrong signals to Taiwan independent separatist forces, and take concrete actions to uphold peace and stability across the Taiwan Strait and maintain the stable development of China-U.S. relations.
Beijing's warning came directly after Trump's remarks that he might speak to Taiwan's President Lai Ching-te before finalizing the weapons package, tying its protest to that specific hint. Trump told reporters he would speak to the person running Taiwan before making a final decision on the arms deal, framing the call as part of his own decision-making process. Those comments arrived just days after his high-profile summit with Xi in Beijing, raising questions about how seriously Washington intends to stick to the tone set there. At the same time, Trump stressed that the last thing we need is a distant war over Taiwan right now, trying to cast himself as cautious even as he toys with a provocative call.
On Taiwan, do you have any plans to call President Lai before you make your decision on the arms deal?
What?
Do you have any plans to call President Lai of Taiwan before you make a decision on the weapons package?
I'll speak to him. I speak to everybody. We have that situation very well in hand. We had a great meeting with President Xi. It was amazing, actually. It was amazing. Many of you were there. We'll work on the Taiwan problem.
Experts say a direct Trump-Lai call would cross a long-standing red line for Beijing, breaking through the informal barriers that have kept leader-to-leader contact off-limits since the 1970s. Professor Xin Qiong has warned that such a move could trigger serious turbulence in bilateral ties, or even a sharp escalation if Beijing feels its core interests have been challenged. He argued that a call would instantly undercut whatever positive momentum emerged from the recent Trump-Xi summit, making it harder to manage crises in other areas. Analysts have suggested that future meetings, including Xi's planned visit to the United States, could be overshadowed or even derailed by the fallout from any such call. Memories remain fresh of Trump's 2016 phone call with then-Taiwan leader Tsai Ing-wen while he was president-elect, which triggered strong protests from Beijing at the time. That earlier conversation broke decades of U.S. practice on Taiwan contacts and led to serious diplomatic protests, setting a precedent that still shapes Chinese sensitivities. Since 1979, Washington has recognized Beijing rather than Taipei, a policy that has left almost no room for direct leader-to-leader contact with Taiwan's presidents. Analysts warn that Trump's unpredictability means a call cannot be ruled out completely, even if most still judge it unlikely because of the risks for his broader China agenda. Trump has already authorized one Taiwan arms package worth about $11 billion, along with a larger $14 billion deal that would significantly upgrade the island's defenses. That bigger deal was effectively put on hold ahead of the Trump-Xi summit in Beijing, used as a piece of leverage in the broader talks with China. In response to the pending package, Beijing reportedly delayed a high-level Pentagon visit, signaling its displeasure and tying military dialogue to Washington's choices on Taiwan. Analysts say the next decisions on the arms sale, and whether Trump-Lai call happens, will reveal if the summit calm can actually hold or if the Taiwan issue will shatter it. Taipei has said it has not received any formal information about a possible Trump call, suggesting that for now the idea lives more in media questions than in official channels. However, President Lai has made clear that if the US leader does call, he would feel a responsibility to speak and present Taiwan's position directly.
The future of Taiwan cannot be decided by external forces, nor can it be hijacked by fear, division, or short-term interests. The future of Taiwan must be decided collectively by its 23 million people. I deeply understand that a democratic society will inevitably have differing opinions, and there will certainly be competition between the ruling and opposition parties. While political parties can compete, the nation cannot be divided. Positions may differ, but there can be no differences on safeguarding Taiwan. In the face of external threats, we should all unite on common ground and stand firmly on the side of national interests. Maintaining peace and stability in the Taiwan Strait and preventing external forces from changing the status quo of the Taiwan Strait are Taiwan's national strategic objectives. Taiwan is a responsible member of the international community, not a destabilizing party. Taiwan is willing, under the principle of parity and dignity, to engage in healthy and orderly exchanges with China, but firmly rejects united front tactics that package unification as peace. In fact, communication channels between Taiwan and the United States have always been smooth, but if there was an opportunity to talk directly to U.S. President Donald Trump, I would have the responsibility to express the voice of Taiwan society. I would emphasize several points. First, peace and stability in the Taiwan Strait are necessary elements for global security and prosperity. My government maintains the status quo while being neither humble nor arrogant. Taiwan is also a guardian of peace and stability in the Taiwan Strait. Second, China is the one that undermines peace and stability in the Taiwan Strait. Taiwan is aware that the threat is growing more severe each day, so we are increasing the defense budget. We believe that only strength can bring peace. That is to say that the enhancement of defense capabilities and military procurement from the United States are not only to safeguard Taiwan's security, but are also necessary means to maintain peace and stability in the Taiwan Strait. We hope that this military procurement can continue.
我们希望这项军购能够持续进行。